In this video, we're going to look at how you can report test results using Microsoft Excel. There are different views of the current performance of testing. The big view the management is very interested in is the current status of testing. So that's one big thing, very important to understand how many critical, minor, major issues are there, how many have been resolved, how many are assigned and in progress to be closed, how many have been closed, right? So that would represent the status as of today, as of right now. So there are status meetings that looking at the test result. This is probably what's going to be discussed. Next important thing is to look at historical trends, right? And here in historical trends, what you're typically interested in how many issues have been resolved over time. So you can look on weekly status. Let's say that there's a weekly status meeting and management is interested in are we making any progress, or is it kind of gets stuck, or maybe we need to apply more resources, maybe we need to change the process, maybe we need to do something differently. So what we're going to do in this video, we're going to look at both, and we're going to build a quick chart that helps you make your information more presentable and report your status. The first chart I'm going to build, I'm going to call it current status of defects, and this would represent the current status of defects. The first thing to build a chart, you need to build a grid. So we're going to create multiple categories. We're going to have assigned, open, defects, and this is related to defects, resolved. And resolved is typically classified as something that's have been obviously open, assigned to the developer. Developer fixed the issue, but it hasn't been retested yet. And then closed. And this is something that was found, resolved, and then closed. And now what we're going to do here in the row, we're going to say that this is critical. And we're going to have major, we're going to have minor, and this would be our three different statuses. So among all of those defects, the severity of each defect could be one of these three categories. And we're going to say, okay, as of right now, we have 5 assigned in the critical categories, 2 major and 1 minor. And then obviously we'd want to do totals here. And then we'd want to do totals here. And then we have 34 opened, 7 majors. I guess that would be 77 majors, and then minors would be 123. Resolved would be 235, majors 432, and minors 577. So this is typically in a large project similar to Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel, or maybe writing a browser, big project where a lot of people are working and simultaneously and finding defects, and it's all being aggregated and reported as a big database of issues. So in closed, I'm going to populate this. So we have 378. Major would be 546, and minors would be 754. So in order to calculate totals, what we do is do auto sum here, and here I'm just going to copy and paste totals, and we can do totals here as well. So we're going to do auto sum, and this is the auto sum. So this is our grid, which is going to highlight it as all borders, and we'll add some tweaks here. We'll just make this bold so it's more visible. We'll make this bold, and you can play with the colors. So next thing we're going to do, we're going to select this grid and we're going to build a chart. In Excel, it's extremely easy. You just go to Insert tab and you pick the right chart. What I'm going to pick the bar chart of the same width. It's called a stacked chart. And I didn't even have to go into details, but it shows us the status because it separated them by different colors. And what we can do here, we can also assign the same colors. As you see, critical got the blue color, so we can just go and get blue for critical. Major got red, and minor got green. Oops, this would be minor. Minor got a green color. So this is 3 colors, and total's got purple. So this is 3 colors, and this chart shows us what's the current status of testing. Sometimes you see people showing overall grid of defects in the chart. Rarely I see just the chart being shown. Depending upon your audience, you probably could pick the right type of chart and build it in Microsoft Excel. Another reporting chart we're going to build here is related to historical trends. So we're going to call it assigned, resolved, and closed over the last 10 weeks. So what we're going to put in for this chart is we're going to create multiple columns here. And we'll call them assigned, obviously, resolved, and closed. And here in the column titles, we'll just say this is week 1. This would be week 2. And I'm going to show you one fancy feature of Excel. So if we select it and see this rectangle at the bottom, so I'm dragging it as we go, and I'm up to week 10. So pretty cool. I didn't have to retype it, so it worked out nicely. So let's say I will just get some statistics here. So what we're going to do here, we're going to populate it with data, and obviously this is going to be an imaginary data, and I'm going to start the first week. We got 4 defects assigned, 7 resolved, and 9 closed. And one important thing, I'm going to make a little bit adjustments here, and I'm going to say this is cumulative. All right, so if something was assigned week 1, week 2 will add week 1's data plus week 2 data, right? That's what cumulative means. So here we will have 8 assigned, we will have 14 resolved, and we will have 17 closed. Right, so we will have here 15, we will have 17, and we will have 21. So here we will have 17, 18, 25, 18, 20, so this would be 27, 21, 23, 30, 27, 24, 32, 35. I'm just building a trend here. I would like to show you 27, 34, 37, 31, and here we'll have 40, and here we'll have 40, 38, 45. All right, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to first of all try to make it a presentable grid. And to do that, again, as we all know, we'll just select all the cells and we'll click all borders. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to select it and click insert, and we'll insert the nice area chart. And you can do 3D, you can do not a 3D stacked area. So let's do 3D. And I forgot closed, so it only shows 2 categories. So let's add closed here. Insert area. And this is the chart, so it shows us the progress. It's a nice 3D, and you can play with the settings, but the point is to be able to present the data. And what you're trying to show is most of the likely your data is going to look like, sometimes you get a lot of issues assigned, so new issues coming in, and at some point it will plateau, especially toward the end of the project, right? That's the good trend you want to see. You want to see the number of closed being increased and number of resolved increasing until it reaches the same number of issues that have been assigned. So just to reinforce, we've looked at 2 types of charts. One is the current status of all the defects, right? And this is the snapshot as of today, and this is the graph, and this is the chart that was built. This is the grid, and this is the chart that was built. And we also looked at the cumulative assigned, resolved, and closed over the last 10 weeks. And this is the table that was built, and this is the chart that was created based on the values in this table. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and see you in the next session. Thank you.